Well, well, look who's back watching a Talking with James video. Don't worry, I've got another response on the menu. If you've been living under a rock, somehow, the DMC Netflix show Season 1 was recently released. And, a lot of people have opinions on it. Let's say that. My take is fairly simple. I'm mixed on it. Some things I like and some things I don't. Overall, I think the show is fine, but I do have my fair share of vocal issues. And that's something I want to start the video with. I have very mixed feelings about the show. On one hand, I think the action, music, and voice acting are great, but some of the plot inconsistencies, and I really dislike the ending. But I'm mixed on Dante, but I like the White Rabbit, and I dislike some of the elements of Lady. IDK, maybe one of these days I'll make a video on the show, but it's funny that the show and the reboot do have a lot of things in common, even though the reboot does everything the show does, but better. But that's for another video. But today, I want to address something about the show that is incredibly problematic to the discourse. DMC fans in quotes. So many people who are talking about the show have little to no knowledge about the games. Wow, can't wait to check out a video on the DMC Netflix show. I'm sure it's good.
My curiosity was piqued, so I watched a few brief summary videos and essays on YouTube recapping all of the video games, anime, CD dramas, yada yada yada, and I was actually able to get all the games on Steam for a very cheap price. So yeah, let me know down below if you want me to play these on Twitch or not.
Oh, so she never played the games, even though the main draw to the series is its gameplay. Well, at least the DMC fans will come with a more normal take.
And I mentioned Rebellion, right? So let's talk about Rebellion itself. Rebellion in the show is named 0 times. It's just a sword that has a cool guard and like spell motifs and stuff. It's got nothing to it. It's not magical, it's just a regular sword. In fact, it constantly gets thrown around and disarmed, and Dante makes no attempt to recover it.
Okay. So his problems are just that small things are different. Okay, well, someone surely will have a good...
It most certainly is a thing that exists. People were actually paid to make it. It was, in fact, written, voice acted, and animated. I suppose that I'm glad artistic people got money for it. I just wish they made something good or bad enough to remember, because I couldn't care less about this show unless the knowledge of its existence was wiped from my memory.
God damn it. Oh, man. By the way, I watched the whole video of the one that I just showed you, and he says nothing but...
Wow, it's bad, right guys?
What does my calendar say it's 2013? Okay, even if you don't like the show, I want to ask you a question. Should we be fair to bad art? I want you to really think about that question, because it feels over the years, anything that most people deem as bad, people throw a lot of stupid arguments towards it. This leads to so many points aging like milk, from the reboot to Arkham Knight to Battlefront in some ways, and I think the Netflix show will happen the same way. I think this video proves my point. Hello, ladies and gamers. Today, I found it. The worst video on DMC's Netflix show. His points are so bad, even Magic the School Base would cry. I mean, how can you top mispronouncing Agni and Rudra all the time?
I noticed things like Agni and Rudra, but there's just so much wrong here. Why do Agni and Rudra have heads?
Or this one's good, or thinking that Plasma's from DMC 2.
But here we have Dante getting a milkshake, and it goes south, so another demon tries to kill him. And this is another demon from Devil May Cry 2. I kind of had a feeling because I could not recognize this at all.
Clearly, he's a big DMC guy. In the next few videos, I'll talk about the Netflix show. Some ranging from thinking it's bad, some thinking that it's good, or some thinking that it's woke, I think. I do have my problems with the show, but I don't think Rash here does a good job in explaining them. And if somebody says that I'm some DMC shill, I would love you guys to go watch my video on DMC 3 on the main channel. I just wanted to say that because the first edit of this video was made before passing 400 subs, but knowing this video, I'll probably lose all of them. But if you hate the show, know that I agree with you in certain areas. It's just not going to be in this video. So, sorry for the random gameplay mix-up, and I'm sorry for breaking your immersion, and of course, don't harass the guy. And join the Discord where we talk about all types of relevant DMC stuff. I blame some of these videos on Video Game Donkey, but I'll get to that at the end. Anyway, enjoy some of the Batman Arkham Knight gameplay, and let's respond.
Who is this made for? I really couldn't tell you because as a Devil May Cry fan, there is nothing here that I could enjoy. I guess maybe it could put new people onto the games, but the only reason anyone is actually watching it is because it's Devil May Cry. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I digress. Really, who's going to watch a Devil May Cry anime except for Devil May Cry fans?
Okay, we're off to a rough start. That's not even close to true. You would be surprised. There are a lot of people who watch the Minecraft movie and the Sonic movies with very little knowledge on the games. Hell, my dad watched the Fallout and Halo show even though he never played the games. Another example would be comic book movies. I doubt many people have read anything related to the Infinity Saga before watching Infinity War and Endgame. The same could be said for anime. There are a lot of people who haven't read the manga before seeing the show. So, what do these things have in common? Well, just because it's based off something doesn't always mean the viewer has read or seen the source material. Usually, they recognize the IP and see this as a way to get into said IP. So yeah, like quite a few people that watch the Netflix show most likely have no to little knowledge on the games. We are 50 seconds in. We are 50 seconds in.
Let's explain the Devil May Cry anime for dumbasses. Humans racist and they treat demons bad. Dante human, Dante also demon. He save good demons and do what he want. Demon try and steal Dante necklace, it make him mad, now he must shoot him. Please just stop the demon racism.
Oh, he's doing the thing where he recaps the story but doesn't do it well and tries to make... Oh God, I'm having flashbacks to Magic the School Days. No, get out of my head. Get out of my head, please.
The only thing here that captures what Devil May Cry is are a bunch of little references that no one is going to fucking understand because we're gonna have, let's put this character from the Devil May Cry manga and put him in there, and then maybe, just maybe, that one guy who dedicated his life to the series will see and understand it.
What? Dante's overall character arc is from DMC3, Lady is from 3, multiple boss demons across all the games are here, and you know what? Have you seen the intro? The intro shows off other DMC characters. Lucia shows up, Arius at the very end shows up, Virgil makes a key appearance. A lot of the elements from nearly every game, you choose the rabbit because it's a reference that nobody will understand while ignoring everything else.
But one thing that is very annoying in this show is the excessive use of the jackpot line.
Jackpot.
Jackpot! Jackpot!
Jackpot.
It kills any kind of weight in character that saying had. So definitely get used to that. I know I didn't.
1. In DMC5, Virgil says it all the time. Every time you get 4-ish judgment cuts, he'll say it. 2. Okay. And usually it's once a game, now it's 3 a season. It's really not that overused, and I don't think this is an acceptable criticism, man. Let's also mention each time it was used. The first one is good because it literally is carved into the bullet. The second one makes you think that Dante has the right rabbit, only for it to subvert your expectations. And the final one is with Lady, who almost never says it, so it's a nice twist on the formula. Boom, there you go. I'm a genius.
But yeah, after this fight, we get a lot of the military. Of course, we just gotta sit through 20 minutes of people we don't care about talking so that the plot can move on. There's a demon portal. Oh yeah, smaller demons are coming into the human world. This is a plot point we've seen in Yu Yu Hakusho, but here it's done in a way less interesting way.
Why? As much as you may not like it, we need this opening. We've seen Dante. To do Dante things, now is the perfect chance to set up for the rest of the series. We need to know what the public thinks at the moment because it will be very important at the end of Season 1. It's also important for the government's perspective because they all act as allies and antagonists. I don't see a single problem with this much-needed setup.
But while the demon is fighting Dante while he's trying to get his milkshake, it takes the form of Virgil. I just think it's funny because it just seems like we can't go a Devil May Cry game or Devil May Cry anything without seeing Virgil. I love Virgil as much as the next guy. He definitely makes this series a part of what it is. But after a while, how many times are we gonna keep getting this character milked?
What? Virgil is literally his twin brother. It's because of Virgil we get Nero. Yeah, he's pretty damn important. It's not milking, it's just understanding that Virgil is going to play a key role later in the series.
turns out to be a demon because Lady can see through his guise. In typical girl boss fashion, she kills him, and then we have Black Beavis showing up because I don't know why, they just like making ugly ass characters become main characters and feel more important than they should. He's definitely one of the most unlikable characters I've seen in any piece of fiction.
Girl boss? Bro, have you seen Lady in DMC3? She takes on the same amount of demons, or in fact, maybe more. Also, he hates this dude with a passion, and for the life of me, I cannot understand why. I think it might be because he's ugly or something. This would be a growing trend for some reason. Poor Anders.
These are like where the hints of DMC Devil May Cry show. The way Lady curses, it's literally just like the secret ingredient from DMC Devil May Cry.
Typical demon shit. And I guess Sparta woke up one day and realized, hey, this is evil as fuck.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you! You know, the game Devil May Cry fans don't like, which is pretty ironic because this show is just like that game.
Okay, hold on, good sir. Why is the clip of the white wig in here? He doesn't even curse. And let's talk about that real quick. Cursing is something I don't really have strong feelings towards. It's less of a problem than you think. So I'll make an example. There's one anime called Goodnight World. Great anime about trauma and family, and the main character says shit. Like, a lot. At first it bothered me, then I realized something. Cursing can tell a lot about a character. Notice it's not all characters, but rather just Lady saying it. It's trying to tell us that she's on edge, that she doesn't care to be polite, and doesn't care about being rude. At the end of the day, curses are just words, and they can tell a lot about a character by using them. It's kind of like getting realm swamped
into some other universe where Dante says fuck a lot and drinks booze.
Sorry, I had to do it. It was in my contract with Ending Splinter. Thank you, Hexen.
And we get more Black Beavis shoved down our goddamn throats. I do not give a fuck about this guy's backstory. My family. Okay, yeah. We have no sense of character development or relation to this. We're just supposed to take it as it is because he joined the army because he wanted to take care of his family, just like any other soldier. I don't care, and I don't see myself in this character at all. I don't think anyone does.
Why do you hate Anders so much? What did bro do to you? He's like barely in the show. Calm down.
And one of the most annoying scenes I've seen in this entire show. She has a toy gun at a movie theater, and she's shooting at a monster on the screen. Oh, because she grows up to be a demon hunter. Ever since she was a little kid, she wants to shoot monsters with her gun. Bro, this is not even close to being believable or realistic in the slightest.
It's not trying to be realistic, though. The whole point of the scene is to give us a taste of her backstory. The reason this is important is that when it fully explains her backstory in episode 6, it gives us some much needed context. And it's not about being realistic. If it was, Dante would have been toned way down because of his cocky attitude. DMC isn't about being realistic characters. Now, the believable part, what's not believable? Some kids like to feel strong and protectors. When she points the gun at the movie screens, it's to show that even at a young age, she's already got that dog in her. And it's foreshadowing what will happen to Arkham.
How does he do it? Well, you see Black Beavis here gets shoved down our throats once more for the plot, and he actually betrays everyone. Who didn't see that coming? I know I actually did.
Bro, leave Anders alone. He was just trying to think of his family. He's a very down-to-earth character with all the other demons around. He's not badass or super smart, but he has an interesting role to play in the story. Oh my god.
Well, I swear to God, when they started playing this song over top of this fight scene when Dante's on the bike, I was cringing so fucking hard. If you thought this was cool, please drink the Bleach anime. This shitty Netflix series is turning my life to pieces, and I can tell you one thing, it is my last resort to fucking make a video on it. I am suffocating watching this.
It takes place in the 2000s. That's why there is a connection to the War on Terror. And yes, even Last Resort was very popular at the time. So there is a reason. At this point, it's not even about the song itself. You just don't like it because it's cringe or whatever. If you don't like the song choice, that's fine. But say anything other than, cringe, and call that criticism.
That is cool. The Dante dick sucking can't get worse. It really can't. I just don't know why they always just hype up and just dick swallow the main fucking character. But to make it worse, these guys, their fucking mouths don't even move!
Okay, let's get something straight. Every, and yes I do mean every, time Dante isn't shown on screen, he says, wah, this isn't a show about anyone else but Dante.
Yes, Devil Mary Cry gets the final hit in and saves Dante.
Dante has to be the sole character. And, I need Dante being cool.
What? Bro, she is getting more bodies than Dante!
Then as soon as those things happen, he flips out for stupid reasons.
Dang. Man, Skeletor did not hold up since the 80s.
Skeletor did not hold up since the fucking 80s. What in the Marvel movie is this?
The whole show is always in a lose-lose situation with this guy.
The fucking bomb that this bitch planted inside of him blows up. So yeah, Nanomachine, son, sorry, you're all washed up. And so much for fucking regeneration.
He had a bomb inside him.
I think it's crazy how in episode 2, Lady was literally able to tell that one character was a demon, but then again, when this character is a demon and he's taking the place of a human being, no one can tell. So earlier, demons can take the place of any human being, but now this special demon that does it, I guess it makes no fucking difference.
Uh-oh, looks like someone wasn't paying attention. Most demons, if they disguise themselves as humans, they will be off. Stuff like the limbs might be off and they can't shapeshift perfectly. Plasma, on the other hand, whole stick is that he can shapeshift into anyone easily. Plus, it's someone who already works at Darkcom. So because of these reasons, no one could tell. This is so stupid that even a devil may cry.
No, we're not. I don't need any kind of trigger to beat these two. What are they gonna do? Form half a Captain Planet?
Bro, just throw the script away. Don't, please, never cook again. I don't even think the aura farming TikTok millennials know what the hell that even is. This Devil May Cry is definitely Lady May Cry or Devil Mary Cry because I don't know why. She just gets all the action and cool moments.
You were just talking about Dante a minute ago. Oh my god.
Then negotiating, and this is honestly one of the dumbest scenes that I still can't wrap my fucking head around at all. So they're supposed to kill Lady, yet the rabbit, the same guy that wants her dead, gives this blue Takis motherfucker a mission to infiltrate Darkcom. If that was really the case, why is he not there now instead of trying to kill Lady? Even though killing Lady definitely seems more important? I don't know at all.
Alright buddy, let's recap what we know. There are two groups that want to stop the White Rabbit. Dante and friends, which let's face it, is just Dante, and Darkcom. As far as we know, there aren't any other groups that want to stop him, let alone are aware of him. He needs Dante for the portal and a host of other reasons, but Darkcom is by far one of the most dangerous ones. As we see, by the end of the season, Darkcom basically wins, and it's a nightmare for the White Rabbit and the Micaiah people. So yeah, having someone who can infiltrate Darkcom, especially one that can shapeshift into anyone, yeah, it makes a ton of sense.
Which still does not make sense. If his mission is to infiltrate Darkcom, why is he here trying to kill her right now, even though the same guy gave them the mission to kill this bitch? What the fuck?
You can do both. He can help nearly wipe out all the humans, then afterwards infiltrate Darkcom. There is no either or, there is no confliction.
And Lady kills another demon. She kills Rudra. What? Bro, she is getting more bodies than Dante! Okay, don't care about the plot. You all want to see mindless action. The person that we want to see flex isn't even doing the flexing.
Bro, try to explain this to somebody who's never known or seen Devil May Cry. Well, the DMC Netflix show is really bad. Okay, I'm glad to hear it. So why is that? Because the main character didn't get as many cool scenes as the woman. So it's a bad show, man. What the fuck?
And he blows the building up that Lady and Dante are in, although I could have sworn he was supposed to infiltrate Darkcom.
Infiltrate Darkcom.
So that's just out of the window because he decides to kill himself. This is stupid.
Because Plasma just saw all of his people being slaughtered, and it's at this point where he wants to do a murder-suicide. You can just tell by his face. You can tell at this point, Plasma doesn't see a better way out. I could be wrong on this, but isn't this most, if not all, the Micaiah people in the human world? Plasma clearly cares for his people, and if a fraction of the humans can do this, then what's the point? Plus, this acts as a method of revenge. He sees the best chance to kill all the ones who killed his people with the self-destruct. Why lure them to where their own people are? That part doesn't add up, but aside from that, it makes a lot of sense in context.
This is honestly stupid. Devil May Cry purist, this Devil May Cry fan, that I do not care. People that like shows like this, dumb shows, you know what? Dumb shows attract dumb people, so if things like a plot don't matter to you, then don't get upset when people are upset over the show making no fucking sense.
Ah, yes, my favorite rebuttal. If you disagree with me, you're dumb. Ah, damn. Magic the School Base, you've got to pick up on some pointers from this guy. He's outdoing you. I can't stand for this. Magic, honest question. What's your take on the DMC Netflix show?
If you look into the Devil May Cry Netflix show, it is considered to be so fucking awful. This is literally not only disgusting, but some of the worst disgusting shit I have seen.
Okay, for this next part I want to respond to, I'm just going to play the entirety of his take on episode 6.
Episode 6, is this even worth talking about? It's just a dog shit music video. Like, we go from this guy being in the human realm, the rabbit, we get his backstory, okay, cool, all that, this and that, but we're too lazy to write a fucking script and have some more voice acting, so let's just put together some dumb-ass Steven Universe looking shit and drag it for 20 minutes and call it an episode. Deep. So the rabbit guy's backstory, kid does not fit in the human world. He gets bullied, so he befriends demons because that's where he belongs. School shooter vibes, keep it pushing. There's only one takeaway from this at all. I'm not gonna call this an episode, it's a music video, and I sat through all of it and wasted my time. Worst of all, the music is ass. Lady's a hypocrite because before she didn't care about demons and the rabbit guy did. She killed him, or thought she did, and now he wants revenge because he's actually a good guy. She was wrong. That's it. That's literally the only takeaway from this. Gotta say, this art style was definitely saving them the budget, and it was just not at all enticing. It's impossible to take this shit seriously.
Guys, we have lost all media literacy. Okay, so non-dialogue in art has a long history in film, but specifically in animation as well. I think a lot of Disney shorts have no dialogue. It's not because of budget. It's a different way to tell a story. I think the best example of this is from the movie Up. If you haven't seen this movie, then what the hell was your childhood? But I'll explain it anyways. There's a key part at the beginning of the movie where we see the life of this couple, going from just being married to the wife's death. It made a lot of people cry, and for good reason. It's the power of music and animation at their peak. Now, is DMC Netflix as good as that? Yeah, of course not. However, there is a reason for this. Two big ones to be exact. First, you mentioned Steven Universe something because it looked childish. But the reason the art style changes is because of the White Rabbit. It goes from a broken home in the human world to find a better place and a better family in the demon world. The art style reflects this change. The black and white with Lady also represents her perspective on good and evil. And this brings me to the other big reason why this is just one big music video. This is outside the perspective of Dante / the main plot. The show knows what you're seeing isn't the perspective we're used to seeing so far. So the show tries to show that change in perspective. Most of the episode has no dialogue. Look, there are problems with the show. But episode 6 certainly isn't one of them. It's easily the best episode and something I want more of. So to completely handwave it and say that it's for budget reasons show a complete lack of media literacy.
Why the fuck does it look like Cartoon Land in the backstory? Maybe it's because that's how he was perceiving things.
Oh, okay, so you do know why the art style changed, but you chose to bitch about it anyway. Cool.
Most of the time, he plays off what the demon says. He doesn't go out and say some awkward, stupid shit like this anime has been doing for the past 7 episodes!
I would try and correct him, but this mother trucker scares me sometimes. Do not put Andy in the same room as him.
Can this be any more unfunny and corny? Just put a goddamn bullet in my head already, please.
When I pull up to the function to respond to Rash. Anyway, I agree with some of his points on some of the stuff that I didn't show, like how Dante got to the white rabbit when he was stuck in the truck, or the poison thing, things that I agree with. But he just keeps repeating the same stuff about Dante. Every time Dante breathes, Rash goes, cringe, sir! And he does this a million times. He doesn't even explain why it's bad most of the time.
And Black Beavis gets more screen time. Why are they so fascinated with this dusty-ass character?
His bro hate Anders so much. We haven't even seen him for like multiple episodes. Oh my god, he has some kind of grudge against them, I swear. Oh.
I love my brother! He just gets overpowered over that? Are you... Oh... Especially when they're killing each other half the time!
Blood of their father flowed through their veins. The two battled each other fiercely like arch enemies. It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting.
1. Different continuity. 2. In DMC Devil May Cry cutscene, at the end Dante chooses not to kill Virgil. 3. Lady literally explains that it is a twisted sibling rivalry in the cutscene you are playing.
And the Rash Review's dog shit seal of approval. I hated this, and I only looked at it because it was Devil May Cry. That's it. I don't want to experience this again. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and watch our other content. I can't do this anymore.
What did we just watch? Yeah, that was truly one of the worst videos on the Netflix show I've seen. I keep comparing him to Magic, not just because I think it's funny, but I believe that there is some overlap. They both believe that a piece of media is so bad that they yell at the top of their lungs and over-exaggerate everything. I cannot tell sometimes if he is being funny or if he's making an awful point. Anders is the best example of this. This could be just one ongoing joke. In that case, well played, it was funny, or he hates Anders that much. I know I might get some blowback on this, but I think these YouTubers really are products of Video Game Donkey. Video Game Donkey is always in a joking tone, but at the same time, he wants to make his points valid, so the video ends up being a mix of the two, where it's impossible to tell which is which, and that's confusing. Do you want to be taken seriously, or do you want to make jokes? Which is it, Rash? You do both, you can, but you need to clearly separate them, because your points against the show ended up suffering because of it. There's also a quick nitpick I have with some DMC videos. It's loud and obnoxious. Every YouTuber wants to be the one to dunk on something people hate. They don't care if it's fair or not. There are issues with the show, but nearly the whole video is filled with non-issues. I get it. When you hate something, it's okay to have fun breaking it down. But that shouldn't be the only focus. I feel like this is more and more a direction we're seeing from more and more content creators. It feels like we might be heading to more of the 2010 YouTubers, where instead of costumes and green screens, it's now ADHD meme pictures referencing something that'll be out of date in like a month. Yeah, I just looked at the title. I know I'm going a bit off topic, but it really bleeds into the DMC community. I want to see more people like BioPrime and Destiny Spider make content on DMC, not non-fans that shout out things to get as much attention as possible. Anyway, that's too much for me. I'm checked out completely. Check out the main channel, and this has been Splinter3303, and being gay is free.